Gentleman from Hawaii, Mr. Case, is recognized for an amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have an amendment at the desk and ask unanimous consent that the reading be dispensed with.
Without objection, the reading of the amendment is dispensed with, and the gentleman's recognized for remarks on his amendment.
Thank you again, and I would note that my current intention, if there's any general understanding of the situation we're facing, is to withdraw this amendment after some discussion. Mr. Chair, my amendment focuses on one of the most effective and efficient tools in our federal arsenal to jumpstart economic sustainability in our low-income and marginalized communities. And I refer to the Community Development Financial Institutions, or CDFIs. CDFIs emerged in 1994 on a bipartisan basis to provide financial services in urban and rural areas underserved by traditional financial institutions. They included loans and financial education and other tools that were unavailable as a practical matter to these communities. The CDFI model, a public-private partnership implemented through appropriations to the CDFI fund, is not a permanent dependency or subsidy, but instead initial repayable funding utilized to start and grow businesses, create jobs, build and improve housing, and provide tax revenues, and much more. In my Hawaii alone, there are 11 certified CDFIs. In FY 2022, they made 935 loan originations, totaling $132 million, all repayable, to communities that were not able to access traditional financing. In fact, many of us, and the gentle lady from Pennsylvania, Ms. Dean, this morning spoke to her CDFIs, actually carried us through the depths of COVID when institutions and communities could not access this funding. This committee has consistently supported the CDFI funds, most recently in the current fiscal year with $324 million into the CDFI fund in the continuing resolution. Yet to date, although the end of the current fiscal year approaches in just a few days, the executive branch has not allotted 90% of our appropriation to the fund. The only allotment is $35 million for administrative expenses. As a result, Treasury and the CDFI fund cannot act on many applications for several CDFI programs. In February, for example, applications for the Block Guarantee Program closed. In March and April, applications for the Financial Assistance and Technical Assistance and Housing Assistance closed. The fund has not solicited applications for the Bank Enterprise Assistance, Capital Magnet, and Small Dollar Loan Funds. These are all legitimate programs that we have used for decades now to assist these communities. Now, we can and should debate CDFI funding going forward in FY 2026 and beyond. And in fact, in this bill, one of the faults of this bill, which causes me to vote against it at the end of the day, is a substantial reduction in CDFI funding, where the majority has reduced CDFI funding by $47 million from what we have today. But we should expect already appropriated funding in 2025 to be properly allotted to the CDFI fund to assist these communities. This is not, nor should it be, a partisan issue. In fact, on July 29th of this year, 26 senators, 13 Republicans and 13 Democrats, wrote to the Office of Management and Budget emphasizing the importance of the CDFI fund and requesting, quote, a spending plan outlining timetables for the obligation of all discretionary funds. My amendment would require OMB to make available to Treasury the full allotment of FY 2025 already appropriated, already enacted CDFI funding so that we can continue this important work in the current fiscal year. I am hopeful that my majority colleagues will express similar support for the full funding of community development financial institution funding. I yield back.